speculation, of course, still rife as to who is going to take over as Barcelona coach after Xavi leaves. And, of course, another name that's been thrown into the hat is Thomas Tuchel, as he'd announced he'll be leaving Bayern at the end of the season. Who could have possibly seen this link coming? Who's the next manager going to be, Sid?
I think, honestly, right now, if you were asking me to just throw a name in, not based on information, just based on the sense of where do you think this ends up, I would say Thomas Tuchel.
Wow. Sid, there's a lot of commotion in my ear with regards to your Thomas Tuchel answer. We just want a little bit more on that.
Well, I mean, you were asking me to throw a name out there, and I think this is a name that makes sense for a number of reasons. Now, I'm very reluctant to give you more on that because I feel like this will now end up being Sid says it's definitely Tuchel. No, but he fits the profile of what Laporta wants. You would never ever. You would never absolutely never stitch me up.
By the way.
Exactly. Hang me out to dry right now.
Sid, you're genius.
No, you see, as soon as you said we would never do that, I thought, here we go. This is definitely happening. The truth is, of course, that Barcelona are still in conversations with managers. That Xavi, it was very interesting, actually. Xavi said in the pre-match press conference yesterday that the new manager, he used that word that they use all the time, must have the Barcelona DNA, must have the genetic makeup of Barcelona. But I think Laporta doesn't necessarily want that, and I think reading between the lines, in fact, you don't even need to read between the lines, just read the words of Deco a few weeks ago when he said, you know, the model is broken, we need to do something different. I think there's no doubt they are looking towards German managers. I think there's no doubt they're looking towards German football as being the kind of the embodiment of the combination of the technicality with the physicality, and I think Tuchel might make sense. The doubt I would have, I suppose, if you're Barcelona, is you look at the way that Tuchel's last 2 or 3 jobs have ended, and you might think to yourself, is this really what we want? In particular, do we want a manager who demands certain players and demands certain signings when we're a club who right now can't sign anything?
Luis, do you like Thomas Tuchel?
If we are going to look to the recent results, of course, we got our doubts. But definitely seeing the back of the history of Tuchel, I think I like it. To be honest, he's got that DNA of Barcelona with the kind of the system, high line, possession, quick transition. Definitely needs to work on the managing situation, even though I heard so many good things about him treating the players and being involved. But it could be an option. Definitely right now, again, I've been always saying that there's going to be a lot of managers that are going to raise their hands and will be open to manage Barcelona because it is Barcelona. But I'm with Deco, and if Xavi moves on, we need something extra. We need a manager who can see not only the possession and to be dazzling when you got the ball and showing that the quality of the players, but also the muscle. On this modern football, you need players who can run box to ball during 90 minutes. That's something that you need to change in the mentality. So I move to the style. I'm not against it.
Let's take a look at how the bookies have things set, as opposed. So German, Hansi Flick, Rafa Marquez, of course, in charge of Barca B, De Zerbi at 7-1. Tuchel's only 7-1. Michel, the Girona manager, 16-1. Who would you pick out of that lot?
Well, I think I agree with the sense that Barcelona needs to have a different type of voice, that it's not married so much to what Barcelona has been in the past, but that takes Barcelona into a new era. And if that means that you go abroad and you find a guy like Hansi Flick, then so be it. In the case of Thomas Tuchel, I'll say this. I don't want to be sort of glass half empty, but
it sounds like you're going to
I do have to bring up the fact that what we have seen from Thomas Tuchel walking into Bayern Munich, which would be a similar situation as to walking into Barcelona, a club that has certain inner workings and politics, that has players that dominate the locker room, and that has difficulties in actually going and signing players. Well, this is what he walked into in Bayern Munich, and that did not work out very well. Not handling the politics inside the locker room, not handling the politics within the club, and not being able to sign players. So if you had issues with that at Bayern Munich, who at this point had more resources available than Barcelona, what makes you think that it's going to get any better walking into Barcelona? Is it a learned experience for Thomas Tuchel and say, well, I'm not going to repeat the same mistakes, and so therefore I'm going to be better at Barcelona? It would be a leap of faith for Barcelona because the recent history of Thomas Tuchel in a similar situation, failure.